Hello, hello. Welcome one, welcome all to Autumn Chen's Petrograd 1917. It is, from what I can gather, very similar to their game on Weimar era Germany on the SPD. So we're going to be doing some of the same stuff. Kind of the idea. Obviously, well, let me read. I've already done the Weimar era game. I enjoyed it. Oodles of fun, so we're gonna try out this one as well. I've had it. I've been waiting for a while, as you can see down here, 10 days. So it's been out for 10 days now. I gave it some time to have some bug fixes and for me to kind of get around to playing. So let me read the intro. It is March 1917, and the Russian Empire is entering a whirlwind of change. The unpopular Tsar has just been overthrown. Power now belongs to the provisional government on one hand, and the Soviet of Workers and Soldiers Deputies on the others. On the other, rather. Power now belongs to the provisional government on one hand and the Soviet of Workers and Soldiers Deputies on the other. Can't read today, that's not a good sign. How will the new political order confront the devastation of war and the economic crisis? What is the future for democracy in Russia? Play as the Mensheviks, Socialist Revolutionaries, as I assume you get to pick left or right Socialist Revolutionary, SR for short. Kadets or Bolsheviks and steer the revolution to victory or collapse. Should be fun. So I will be right back. I have to get my lip balm. My lips are dry as hell. Be right back. Oh, isn't it cool? I can appear from nowhere. My new tech from NVIDIA. Isn't that exciting? It's very exciting. Okay, anyway. So, I'm not sure who I'm gonna pick just yet. So we have a choice here. So Mensheviks. You know what? They'll give us a choice and then we'll roll for it. So we have the games. Here it is. I turned off the audio. Let me show the options. We have backgrounds on, event images on, animations on, and music off. Why do I pick music off? Because I don't know what's going to trip the copyright. Who knows? And I don't want this thing to get muted or whatever. That would be bad. So, start the game. Oh boy, lots of text. I'm not reading all that. It's a well, let me read this part. They do not understand that once such a great natural phenomenon has begun, such as an earthquake, or rather such as a typhoon, separate individuals are powerless to exercise any kind of influence on the course of events. A party perhaps could do something, far less than is usually thought, and on the surface of the oncoming waves its influence may, perhaps, be very noticeable. But separate, small aggregations not forming a fairly large mass are undoubtedly powerless. Their powers are certainly nil. That's Peter Kropotkin on the Russian Revolution and Soviet government in 1919. For more information on the politics of the provisional government, you can see the library page on the left. This is your first time playing the game. It's recommended you at least read some of the information. Difficulty affects starting resources and inter-party relations, as well as how difficult it is to change party advisors and ideology, reduce dissent, and increase relations. We'll probably play on normal. Look at the side here. Week 1, March 15th. We're Menshevik. Soviet Executive Committee. Yes, they're on the, I forgot what it's called in Russian. It has a very long, a lot of the stuff, Russian stuff has like very long acronyms, especially during the revolution. It's very, very long acronyms. So basically, what happens is that Nikki gets overthrown. Tsar Nikki gets overthrown, and you have two powers. You have it's a period, it's called the dual power period. And you have one power which is led by kind of like the bourgeoisie faction, which is like the cadets and people like that who are like from the legitimate like side of the government, and then you have the workers Soviet in Petrograd, now St. Petersburg, and basically they have their own kind of congress with a bunch of different people, and there's an executive committee, and they vote on stuff, and it's very different from the provisional government. Yeah, the provisional government. Oh, here we go. So evolve. He was very popular for about 5 seconds. Budget, and we have the assembly collections were not scheduled. We have an annual inflation of 5.8%, 97% annually. It's always a good sign. Unemployment of 2%. It's because everyone's at war. Hunger is high, wariness is medium. The Bolsheviks neutral, SR is warm, Kadets neutral. Okay, so it starts us off, obviously. These are the Menshevik stats. I think we can probably change these. Provisional government support, external support. The provisional government. I don't know exactly what that means. Labor policy, trade unions, obviously. War policy, revolutionary defenses. Now, I don't know why there isn't a land policy. But one of the major issues that the SRs had with the Bolsheviks and the Bolsheviks with the SRs was over land. The Socialist Revolutionaries, the SRs, wanted to do land socialization. So they wanted to make the land in common, but not owned by the government. And the Bolsheviks wanted to do land, I believe that they referred to it as land nationalization, and that would be basically they took all the land and they made it as owned by the state. So very, very different positions, actually. Got a whole list of different people. Efficacy, legitimacy, okay. Composition for these guys, obviously, because you can see the executive committee, then the overall composition. Yes, they started out a lot of Mensheviks and some SRs and some other people hanging around. We got a defense, holy moly. We got support, garrison, allegiance. I assume it's in Petrograd. Workers, city militia, and garrison. Economy, military production is 50%. Okay, this is all, wow, this is deep. Here you go, land reform policy, no policy, land reform progress, no policy. Okay. Could be interesting. Foreign debt of 49, yeah. Domestic debt 65, oh my gosh, I'm an American. Okay. Anyway, so let's start off as normal. Okay, so we can select 3 different parties. We can't do Bolshevik. We have to complete the game as one of the other parties. There's no different left SR or right SR. So here's what I'm thinking. I want to play a game with each separate faction. I could start off with the Mensheviks and then work my way down. That could be okay. But I kind of want to roll for it. So I'm going to go into my phone here. Go to Google. De Google. Okay. That's not. Okay, I got you can't see it now. Crap. It's a 2. So we are going to be the Socialist Revolutionaries. Now, which one are you going to be? We're going to try and be left SR or right SR? What are we going to try and be here? Let's do another roll here. Yeah, roll from 1 to 2. Left SR will be 1, right SR will be 2. Okay, we got a 1, so that's left SR. Okay, so we're going to try and work with the Bolsheviks. Okay, the SRs are based in the Russian ideology of Narodism or populism, which is an agrarian socialism that sees the traditional Russian village, the mir, as the basis of a future socialist society. Their support is strongest in the peasantry. The SRs were the most popular party in Russia at this point. Strongest in peasantry, but they have a substantial support among workers as well. See? The SRs are deeply divided between left and right wings based on their attitudes towards the war and participation in the government. Yes, I am a socialist revolutionary. Don't imprison me in El Salvador because I said that. It's part of the game. The Revolution of February 1917. On International Women's Day 1917, mass marches of hungry women filled the streets of Petrograd, the capital city of the Russian Empire. They demanded bread and peace, and the end of Tsarist autocracy. Workers joined the protests, and the marches grew to a general strike, shutting down the city. Soldiers were ordered to suppress the marches with force. They refused, turning against their officers instead. Now the hated Tsar Nicholas II has abdicated, and a new provisional government is formed among Duma representatives. Yes, that's where the provisional government comes from. Meanwhile, the striking workers and numerous mutinous soldiers of Petrograd have organized the Soviet, a committee of socialist worker representatives that is somewhere between a coordinating body and a government. Yes, very nice and confused, as socialist types of government typically are. It seems that for now, anything is possible. The established order is gone. A new world is ready to be built. Okay, we have a whole bunch of different options here. So, start from the bottom to the top. I guess this is just kind of the intro, so let's go for it. The abdication of the Tsar. The Tsar has been convinced that his abdication is the only way to save Russia from civil war. Sorry about that. And thus has abdicated in favor of his brother, Grand Duke Michael. However, Grand Duke Michael has also seized the position of the Tsar to be untenable and thus has refused to take the crown. Yeah, he was ultra-liberal. Ultra-liberal Grand Duke Michael, who really didn't want to be Tsar either. I don't think anyone really wanted to be Tsar at this point. Now the reign of the Tsar is over and power is vested in the Provisional Government, Petrograd Soviet. The Petrograd Soviet of Workers' and Soldiers' Deputies is an elected council comprised of representatives of workers and soldiers throughout the city. Organized in the wake of the general strike and the breakdown of the established order, it harkens back to the Petrograd Soviet of 1905, which functioned as an alternative government in the city during the revolution. Yes, we have dual power, remember? The leaders of the Soviet, mostly Social Democrat and SR intellectuals, have organized an executive committee. Okay, my throat's gonna die if I keep reading all this. They see the goal as ending a general strike and advocating for the workers' soldiers, acting as a watchdog over the bourgeoisie provisional government. They command workers and soldiers to go back to work, obey the provisional government insofar as it does not disobey the directives of the Soviet. Yes, the Soviet starts to, what happens is that the Soviet starts to unleash, or release rather, several directives, and they kind of don't match up with what the provisional government has. The provisional government has issues with that, and then, the Bolsheviks. Because the Petrograd Soviet ends up becoming Bolshevikized, whatever the phrase would be. With the abdication of the Tsar, power in Russia has been transferred to the provisional government, depending on who you talk to, composed primarily of the liberal members of the Duma led by Prince Georgy Lvov. A reformist noble, the government has already been recognized by the powers of the Entente. The leaders of the provisional government see its role as continuing to persecute the war and maintaining stability until an elected constituent assembly is able, or ready rather, to decide Russia's final form of government. The provisional government is led by Kadets or Constitutional Democrats, a liberal party. Alexander Kerensky, a Duma deputy, is one self-declared socialist member as Minister of Justice. Yes, he was the head of the Chudoviks, which are they were an earlier break off of the SRs, so they're like a right wing of the right wing. Restoring order to the army. Okay, we have the first real actual question here. The army is in revolt. Soldiers in Petrograd have largely shaken off their officers and commanders, and are currently answering to no higher authority except ad hoc committees of soldiers. Not a good thing. The unrest is spreading in the army, and may soon reach the front. To restore order to the army, the Petrograd Soviet is continuing issuing an order to the soldiers of the city garrison, promising certain concessions in exchange for obeying their officers and the provisional government, which points should be included in the order. Okay, so we are the left SRs, we already decided. So there will be elected soldier committees, which will control the distribution of weapons. Sounds fucking awful, but that's probably, if I remember correctly, that's something they did. Soldiers can no longer be verbally abused by the officers, and they must be addressed in respectful terms. I'm fairly certain they did something like that as well. They have the same rights of ordinary citizens when off duty, including the right to participate in elections. Sounds fair. And we're going to let them not be verbally abused. I feel like that's fair. Now, we could also say elected soldiers committees. Now, this is the question here. How left SR do we want to be? We want to be fairly Bolshevik, right? Because we're going to be left SR, like we said, right? So I guess we're also going to control the distribution of weapons. Oh, God. That could be good. This is a really big sticking point, because if you let the soldiers control who distributes the weapons, things will go down the toilet very fast. So what are we going to do? Are we going to let them things go down the toilet? Now I kind of want to win, but at the same time, no. Let's try and win. In addition to these points, we have declared that the orders of the provisional government must be carried out unless they contradict the orders of the Soviet. The order succeeds in ending the immediate chaos in the Petrograd garrison. Soldiers return to their barracks. Our proclamation is seen as radical by the liberal and conservative parties in the provisional government, and they claim that we are harming the war effort. Too bad. Okay. The conduct of the war. Even as the revolution progresses, the Great War continues as before. All sectors of Russian society argue that the Tsar and his advisors failed to lead the country in the war. Very true. Tsar Nicholas and his German-born wife Alexandria and her widely loathed friend Rasputin have become symbols of the failure and corruption of the established order. Their reign led to defeats, to hunger, to betrayal. With the Tsar gone, it is hoped that the provisional government will be able to persecute the war more effectively. There is an outburst of patriotic sentiment even among socialists, some of whom now see the war as a defense of freedom and revolution. Even so, many are hoping to end the war as soon as possible. The internationalists are calling for workers of all countries to fight for a just peace, even if it means revolting against their own governments, and the SRs are divided in regarding this effort. We picked the left SRs, that's what we went with, so we're going to be supporting the internationalist left rather than the defensist right. Left SRs are currently a minority of the party, yes they are. What now? Oh, we have the cards and everything. This is interesting. So, the goal of all Russian revolutionaries, liberal or socialist, is to hold elections for the Constituent Assembly, the representative body. Until then, the provisional government's leaders must decide how to deal with the myriad of problems dealing with today. Party affairs or Petrograd Soviet? Probably party affairs. Let's get ourselves into the majority of the SRs. Questions of ideology. Revolution has opened up a space for a raucous debate on the future of the country. Within the Socialist Revolutionaries, many questions are hotly contested. Should we change the party's position on any of these issues? War policy, industrial policy, or provisional government? Or no, we will not change any, and then return card to hand. Let me see here. Politics. Right SR dissent, medium strength, strong. Center, medium, moderate, high dissent. Why would they have high dissent? Trade unions, revolutionary defensists. What industrial policy? Okay, maintain the current ownership and management structure, but for freedom for trade unions to organize. Nationalize all. Oh, it's too radical, apparently. In addition to trade unions, workers' council should be supervise the management. It's going to piss people off. Labor unrest. A wave of strikes is affecting industry. A wave of strikes is roiling Russia's factories. The revolution has given workers the right to organize and strike, and pent-up economic demands are finally expressing themselves. The ongoing inflation is a great source of concern among workers, along with the stagnation of industrial wages. Workers also seek more control over the means of production. What can we do? Support the right rhetorically, the Soviets should support the workers' demands for higher wages and improved working conditions. The Soviets should convince the workers to stop striking. Oh my gosh. There's nothing we can do. No, we're going to support their demands. We're going to try and win, right? So we have to get the workers on our side. We've supported the workers in their economic demands and their struggle with their employers. Strikes are ended with agreements favorable to workers. The employers are somewhat displeased, and higher wages without increased production can lead to more inflation. That is true. We're in trouble. Oh, Alexander Kerensky was not technically, I don't think he was technically an SR at this point. But, let's do Petrograd Soviet. Labor affairs. Okay, you can just draw as many as you want. Oh, okay, so this is different. One of the Zenzinov was one of the few SR leaders who remained free in Russia instead of going into exile or imprisonment. Ah, organizing peasants. Zenzinov seeks to organize a peasants' Soviet. That sounds good. You've organized among the peasants. That's it. Okay, that's good. Kerensky is a turd. We're not going to work with him. Although they have high dissent. The Bolsheviks think we're cool, and so do the Kadets. That's very good. We can do labor affairs. Let's do labor affairs. Workers across Petrograd and the cities of Russia are striking and forming ad hoc workers' councils, calling for higher wages and control over management decisions. What should the Soviet policy be towards workers? Higher wages and improved working conditions, or supervision over management? Support workers' council seizing control over factories. Oh. I think we're going to support workers' council supervision over management. Something happened. I don't know what happened. I saw something tick over there on the left. We support the workers' councils taking supervision over management. The councils must be allowed to read management documents and have justification for management decisions. The employers are not pleased with this policy. Who cares? However, for the most part, the councils are generally interested in maintaining or expanding production. Oh wow, we get a whole bunch of stuff now. Petrograd Soviet issues a proclamation the workers of the world. Okay, it calls for general peace among nations without annexation or end of nations. That's good. Siberian exiles return. We're free of autocracy. Russia is finally free of autocracy, and political exiles are finally beginning to return. The first wave of exiles has returned to Petrograd, mostly internal exiles scattered throughout Siberia. For the SRs, the exiles include Spiridon Spiridonva. I never have to read these out loud. I usually just read these, to myself. There's Abraham Gotz, a moderate Tsar, who wants to work with the Soviets, or Catherine. Don't expect me to read that. A babushka of the revolution who is taking a strong defensive stance. Yes, she's the old lady. Hunger reigns in the city. How many resources do we have here? Party resources available? 2. Cities are racked with hunger, rationing, and bread lines. We're definitely going to spend some money. We've used some of our resources to send to bagmen to purchase grain directly from peasants and provide them with workers. They are at best temporary measures, however. High inflation. Okay, we don't have the efficacy, so we can't make a price control or wage controls. High inflation is, look at that. Holy moly. Okay, so our industrial work is slowing. Debt is sliding a little bit. Things are going okay. Garrison allegiance moderate. So SR is strong. Good. You have the garrison allegiance. That's good. More than anything, we need to make sure we have support of the forces in Petrograd. Okay. Now should we do party affairs, or should we look at Kerensky, or should we shuffle our leadership? Ugh. Oh, we can't do it just yet, because it's not available right now. I think we need to shuffle leadership as well, because Kerensky he's not going to do anything for us. He's not the guy we need. Let's do party affairs. Internal party relationships. Oh boy, we don't have a lot of cash. We can improve our relationship with the Mensheviks, Kadets, Bolsheviks, so we do not need to improve our stuff. We could return card to hand. Now, that doesn't spend anything, so that's good. Okay, so that's good. Ooh, fundraising. I like fundraising. Who doesn't like fundraising? Okay, we'll do that. Because that way we kind of have a full deck. We can select what we want here. We're not going to spend cash on that. We don't get cash right now. We could fundraise, but war and the soldiers, media and propaganda, Soviet organizations. I like the idea of maybe fundraising and then doing media and propaganda, but Soviet organizations sounds good too. So does the war and the soldiers. Honestly, getting the soldiers on our side is key. The guys with guns are people who you want to be friends with. Let's do Soviet organizations for now. It's not super revolutionary right now, so we can kind of manage things. We don't have... Okay, so we need economic coordination, or we can make a Soviet administrative apparatus. So let's return the card to our hand here. Let's get fundraising going. Increase dues. Ooh, it would be painful. Let's maintain current dues. Regional government is enacting its policies. Expanded women's rights, giving women the right to vote, and declared freedom of religion. That's good. Preparations for a constituent assembly election have begun, but it is slow going. On the economic side, the provisional government has created a state monopoly for grain purchases in order to stabilize the price of food. That's good. All good things. So here's my idea. Shore up support among the someone's messaging me. Crap. Try and shore up our support among soldiers and among the people generally, so we can win the election in the provisional government, and also keep support with the soldiers in Petrograd. That way we don't have issues with the Bolsheviks. They're going to try something, because they're the Bolsheviks. But we are the left SRs, so we're going to try and kind of leapfrog the Bolsheviks, you know what I mean? So that way the Bolsheviks don't have the control of things, we'll have the control of things, so we won't be, like, dragged into, like, the conflict, right? So I'm going to try and do that. That's the goal. So anyway, that's good stuff, though. Liberty loans, this is going to be bad. A new set of war bonds called a Liberty Loan in order to reduce the budget deficit and reduce inflation by reducing the amount of currency in circulation. Is that a good idea or a bad idea? I don't think that's an awful idea. If we can reduce inflation, I mean, what's our inflation? 6%. Yeah, we need to reduce inflation. Hunger noticeable. I think it's went down. They have -2 budget. Oh shit. They really do need the loans. I'll do it. And it reduced inflation as well. Through the Soviet Executive Committee, we have supported the loans and are asking workers to pay to subscribe to the loan. This relieves the budget situation somewhat and cuts inflation. In addition, our relations with the provisional government and cadets has improved. The left wing of the Soviet were displeased. Okay, so they didn't like that, and I technically made a wrong choice there. Oh well. Media organizations or Soviet organizations? I like the idea. We want the Soviet to be pretty strong here. How's the Soviets? Our efficacy is medium, so if we can increase the efficacy, that would be very helpful for us. We don't want to, like, be too weak, right? But at the same time, this is very good. Newspaper and party organs? No, not the provisional SR party. The ideology of revolutionary defensism, the ideology of internationalism, and immediate negotiations for peace. Return the card to hand. Media and propaganda is more... Oh, no, sorry. Not that button. Soviet organizations, here we go. Build up a Soviet administrative apparatus. I believe this is necessary, unfortunately. The Petrograd Soviet is a largely ad hoc council. Some of our detractors are arguing that we were bureaucratizing the Soviet, but we are creating the organs that will allow the Soviet to act as an actual government. Okay, more exiles return. Lenin is back, and Zinoviev. And we have some more SRs. Chernov, good. Savinkov, less good. And the left SRs, Mark Natanson and Boris Kamkov. Okay, that's good. So we're going to be able to bring these guys into the party as leaders. America has entered the war. Over there, over there. Ooh, yeah, we're gonna do it, guys. Hunger's high. That's great. Land seizures. Yes, peasants started to take land because they're like, fuck it. Anyway, they've been energized by the revolution, feeding to the long-standing socialist revolutionary calls for land redistribution. Peasants have been seizing land of nobles and rich landowners. These are lawless acts, and there have been reports of violence. Peasant mobs burning the estates of nobles. Oh, who cares? Despite our land reform policies, the peasants do not feel we are moving fast enough. They demand more land more quickly. This is exasperated by the lack of rural law enforcement. The old Tsarist gendarmes have been largely disbanded. Too much the peasant must stop. Hell no. Support the peasant struggle. This is more propaganda support than actual practical support. Okay, go for it. Our rural organizations are supporting the peasants in their struggle. This raises the status of the SRs among the peasants. Power to the people. Okay, so that's good. Now we can, okay, we have Chernov, we can shuffle leadership as well. We have 1 week on that, though. Let's draw another card here, Soviet. And party disunity, oh fuck. How are we doing here? Politics, here we go. Cent medium, strong. Center SR descent, medium. We need to keep the right SRs kind of like close or closer. That way we can kind of, I don't know, anyway. So we have medium propaganda. Let's do the war on the soldiers. Soldiers see the Soviet as the guarantor over their rights, and they continue to see us as a counterbalance to the pro-war policies of the provisional government. Support discipline in the military? No. We work on preventing abuses by officers? Yes. We must continue to enforce Order Number 1, our order aimed at giving the soldiers equal rights. This will reduce discipline, but increase morale and support among soldiers for the Soviet. Let's look here. Okay, medium, medium, medium. Looks like it's fine now. Party disunity. This could be bad. Or should we look at Chernov? Mr. Chernov. How are we doing, Mr. Chernov? How you doing, buddy? Chernov is one of the founders of the Socialist Revolutionary Party and has been its chief theoretician. Ooh, agricultural policy. We don't have him as an agricultural minister. That would be good. You know, we could start some land reform for frick's sake. For frick's sake. Or we could shuffle leadership as well, which I'm not going to do just yet. Actually, reduce. Wow, how are we looking for dissent here? Medium dissent, medium, high dissent. Why? I'm. How are we doing in terms of cash? We got one. I think we're okay for now. Don't need to touch it just yet. See, food. We need to look at food. Party disunity. Oh, God. Or should we try and make nice with the Soviets? With the Bolsheviks, rather. Maybe the Mensheviks. Maybe we could align ourselves with the Mensheviks, rather. Ooh, that's the question, isn't it? Everybody's hungry. Let's work on that. Okay, so we don't have the efficacy to actually acquire food, so that sucks. Urban food demand and the supply is way lower. Holy shit. 34%. That's a major problem, yeah. Let's work with cooperatives to organize food acquisition and distribution. Okay, so that probably didn't do anything. High inflation. We can't impose price controls. We don't have the efficacy yet. We have April crisis. Oh no. People are enraged about the provisional government's war policy. Mass protests in Petrograd. I almost said Novgorod. Wrong time period. News has spread to Foreign Minister Milyukov's secret letter to the Allies, assuring them of redoubling our war efforts. This has radicalized the workers and soldiers of the Petrograd garrison, and now they are marching against the imperialist war and demanding the ouster of Milyukov. The cadets in the provisional government are ready to be rid of Milyukov and allow for the more socialists to join the government, if it would ease tensions with the workers and Soviets. Boy. Now here's the issue. If the SRs, if we join the Petrograd, the provisional government, we have a lot more influence over other affairs. However, and this is the big issue, we then instantly are tied to everything that the provisional government is doing. It ties us in with that. We don't have control over it. So I am going to take the choice of no. Are we sure about this? Is this the best choice for the revolution? Okay, so the games are really like, hey, you sure? Oh boy. I think I'm gonna say yes, we are the left SRs. We're not gonna join them. We've decided against joining the provisional government. This increases our dissent among defense factions. Our party hurts our relations with cadets and reduces legitimacy of the provisional government. How are they doing, by the way? They're moderately high legitimacy. The Mensheviks have decided to take a greater part in the provisional government, you fools! Yeah, see, they got the Ministry of Posts and Telegraphs and the Ministry of Labor. That's not enough. To boost up the provisional government. It's just not enough. I wouldn't do it. Oh boy, let's do party affairs again. We can run raise again if we need to. We got one. Let's just take, because we have an advisor, which we take an advisor choice at any time. It seeks to organize a peasant Soviet. Go for it. I don't think it's going to do anything, but go for it. Still haven't scheduled a damn election. Come on. We got provisional government relations. I don't want to like fight the provisional government necessarily, right? So, party relationships or media and propaganda. I really don't even want to touch the issue of party disunity right now. I don't even want to think about that. High, medium, high. Oh boy. Jesus. We can fundraise. How are we doing, by the way, in inflation? Okay, inflation's kind of shit still. Hunger is still shit, but we can survive. Party disunity, medium propaganda, provisional government relations. Approach it. Okay, so the left stars are upset at the direction of the party, arguing that it is too right-wing and pro-war. Okay, so we're kind of like too... Yeah, that's the issue, is we're kind of in between everything, and the right SR is upset with the direction, arguing that it's too radical. Return card to hand. We're not gonna touch that right now. I don't know what to say. Oh boy. I don't want to... We didn't really cozy up to liberals. I don't think we did. Or should we enforce party discipline? Give congestions to the left. The right wing is somewhat displeased. Okay, well, I tried. We got labor affairs, so this is good. Workers across Petrograd and the cities of Russia are striking and forming ad hoc workers' councils, calling for higher wages and control over management decisions. What should the Soviet policy be towards the workers? Support the workers' demands for higher wages, improved working conditions, or control over management. Go for it. Most of the part of the councils are generally interested. Yes, same thing as before. Okay, Martov is back. He was a Menshevik leader. That's good. For shortages, we should use funds to help the workers. We're gonna need to fundraise again. It's just how it's gonna have to be. We have to maintain our current dues, please. Okay, we have questions of ideology and then food policy. I love these little guys. Now, if you ever seen them before, they're from a... Well, originally it was from like a little illustration from back during the time period, but they were used, I think, more prominently, at least recently, in a little quiz you could take where it'd tell you where you would sit in the Russian Revolution. So that's kind of cool. That's kind of a cool thing. I'll put that in the description of the YouTube video if I remember to when I offload this onto YouTube. Food policies, motherfucker. We'll do that next. Right now, let's do questions of ideology. War policy? Ooh, boy. Maybe this is a bad idea, because we only have industrial and provisional government. We can't be like, more land reform. We can't do that right now. So let's do food policy. Still ass. So that's awful. All of these are fucking awful. These are all fucking awful. Look at what the provisional government relations lets us do. Expand or reduce cooperation. Does it say how much? Still no elections. Come on. Medium high cooperation. Oh shit, the Bolsheviks are already at 20%. We're done for, dude. We're fucked. Medium propaganda, revolutionary defense. Let's do internationalism, support immediate negotiations for peace. This bolsters the internationalist left. Or the faction within our party while upsetting the right. Oh no. How are we doing? High dissent. Yeah, we need to talk to Chernov and try and reduce dissent. A social democrat leader, Trotsky, was returned. Yes, he's technically in a different faction, but he's close to the Bolsheviks. He was actually not originally a Bolshevik. He's technically whatever the hell this is. I forget exactly what they were. They were very similar to the Bolsheviks ultimately, so he joins the Bolsheviks. High inflation, oh boy. Can't do anything. You don't have the efficacy. I don't know how to make the efficacy though. We have to put out more Petrograd cards, I guess. Land seizures. Support the peasant struggle. Soviet organizations could be good. How much money we got? 1. Go for it. It's largely ad hoc. Let's see, build up. How are we doing here? Policies. Very high hunger. Oh fuck. We need to change things soon. Very soon. I economy. Our debt hasn't climbed that much. That's good. Garrison strong. Medium still moderate with the workers' militia. We have warm relations with the West. Ain't that nice? Largely an ad hoc council. Okay, so we can build economic coordination between factories and enterprises. How are we doing here? Efficacy. Medium efficacy still. Let's build up economic coordination between factories and enterprises. I don't think it did anything, so that sucks. That sucks. Okay, Chernov, I need your help. Party unity. Good. Okay, so we reduced dissent. Barely. Dissent or SR is like, yeah, this guy's my kind of fella. A low dissent. The Petrograd labor affairs, oh boy. Same thing as before. How are we doing in terms of war weariness? Medium still. How is it only medium still? I guess they haven't had what was the Kerensky offensive yet. Once the Kerensky offensive happens, everything goes to shit. So the food policy. Let's crack down on the black markets. Politically popular, but it does not actually substantially improve the food situation. Oh fuck. The war and the soldiers. Let's not touch that right now. Not yet. I know the workers generally support us, but not quite yet. Support the Workers' Council supervision. Let's improve wages. And we increased inflation by doing that. That's good. Oh, the Guchkov offensive. Oh yeah, we love our Guchkov offensive, don't we, kids? Give me that Guchkov. The long anticipated offensive is near. Can we stop the offensive somehow? Our party supports the war effort. Oh fuck, we can't do anything because I didn't switch over yet. Everyone hopes the offensive will be successful, and it won't. So that's bad. Soviet organizations. Let's switch our war policy here because we're gonna need to do this. Defensism, internationalist, increase support. Support an immediate end to the war, even if a separate peace is necessary. Okay, we can eventually adapt the position. We can't necessarily do it right now. Inflation keeps increasing. Food shortages. Nothing we can do right now. High inflation. Nothing we can do. Capital flight. Capitalists are closing down the plants and moving assets out of the country. That's fine. We can. Not really. It's not really fine. 86%. Fuck. It's been like 3 weeks and it's already collapsing. June offensive conclusion. News from the front. Central powers inflicted defeat upon us. Our forces have retreated to their starting positions. Defeat has made people even more tired of war. Hunger omnipresent. Very high war weariness. Shit. Folks, we're in trouble. Soviet organizations. Can't do anything right now. Soviet organizations, same thing. We don't have enough resources. That's the issue. We can approach that next turn, though. Work on preventing abuses is already collapsing, so why not? Yeah, let's work on preventing abuses. It's already collapsing. You can see here. Medium, low, medium. Yeah, it's already collapsing, so we can just get ourselves fundraising. There we go. We need that. Actually, wait a minute here. Oh, can't do anything else. That's what we're gonna have to do. Land seizures, go for it. Have at it, kids. July crisis. The workers and soldiers of Petrograd are increasingly tired of war. Our recent defeats have not helped. Hundreds of thousands of workers, soldiers, and sailors have marched upon the Soviet, demanding that Soviet take power with a provisional government. We can't do it. We can't demand an all socialist party is not supported. Our cadets with the relations are not good enough. How would you even do that? We negotiate. We're not ready to take power right now. We're paralyzed by indecision to support the protesters. After some street fighting and an arrest, the protesters eventually grow tired and return to their homes and barracks. The early response to the protests and their early response to the Ukrainian Central Rada. The government of Lvov has resigned and Kerensky's taken power. He's now the prime minister. There you go. Well, ain't that great? Ain't that just lovely? Preparing for oh, we can just do that all the time, the whole time. Okay, please prepare for the fucking elections. For the love of fucking God, I thought that was something that the AI, the computer, would do. You'd have done that earlier. Holy fuck. Where's the scheduled? Please prepare for elections immediately. We still have to do more work. Son of a bitch. Okay, we can organize peasantry, soldiers, urban proletariat, middle class. No. Let's see. Government, perhaps? No, we need to go to the defense for that. Look at that. Let's see. Workers. We are moderate, strong. So we have some support here, but we need to work. So we can do urban proletariat, or we can do soldiers at the front of the garrison, or peasantry. I think the industrial proletariat right now is good. High inflation. Oh, fucking Jesus. We're in trouble. Food policy or workers' militias. Ooh, workers' militias. That sounds fun. I like that. How about you guys? During the February Revolution, the workers of Petrograd organized militias for self-defense. Now they will listen to Soviet further directions. Increase militia cooperation with the Soviets. Recruit more workers into the militia. Increase armaments for the militia. Let's do that. Spend resources on purchasing more armaments for the workers' militias. Ooh, good. Hopefully that helps them out here. Workers' militia, moderate still. Questions of ideology. That's war policy, please. Let's adopt an internationalist position. Cadets are hostile now. Dissent is high, high, medium. But listen, war wariness is high. They're upset and they're planning to split. Ah, shit. The right SRs are splitting to form a new party. Right SR leaders have resigned from the party's leadership and supporters will follow them. Most of the SR affiliated ministers in the provisional government are no longer affiliated with the party. Result in new elections for the Petrograd Soviet leadership. Oh, fuck. 40%. Oh, no. 40% for the Bolsheviks. Oh, no. Oh, no. We're done for. I fell right into their hands. Who will be the Soviet chair? Let's do the left SR, please. Thank Jesus. We were able to at least put that in charge. Things are racked by hunger, nothing we can do. Conference of public figures. Attack the bourgeoisie leadership. Oh no, we're in trouble. I'm sliding. Shuffle leadership. Add advisors. Add center SR leaders. You do nothing. Add other leaders. FR leaders. You can add one leader. That's it. Increase the left SR cause. Well, I don't think we need to do that anymore. So, yeah, that sucks. Our university or emergency fundraising. Let's do fundraising. Just get extra cash. Nothing we can really do here. Bolsheviks, war on the soldiers. Oh boy. Build up the Soviet economic apparatus. How are we doing here with the medium-high efficacy? Okay, I feel like we're getting a little bit better. Was that better or the same? Questions of ideology. We don't need to do this. Everything's the same. Provisional government. Industrial policy. State should nationalize. That's their current position, apparently. In addition to the above, the Workers' Council should take over management and ownership. Do that. Less popular among our intellectual leadership. Well, too fucking bad. High inflation. Soviets should impose a regime of price controls. Go. Okay. We did decrease inflation. That's good. Labor unrest. Support their strikes. Support their demands. We kind of balanced it out by doing that. Land seizures. Support their struggle. Go for it. And Kornilov's having his coup when defending the revolution. All socialist forces are uniting against Kornilov. Isn't this? That's nice. It's like the Avengers, but it's like Lenin and Trotsky and me. The railway workers have called for a strike to prevent Kornilov's forces from advancing. The democratic section of the provisional government is distributing arms to workers' militias. There's a battle. Soviet victory. His army is stopped without a fight. As railroad workers' strikes prevent their advance, his loyal troops are not willing to fire upon the masses of armed workers and rebellious soldiers. Kornilov will not be Russia's savior. Soviet is victorious. For now. That was close. We got 0 cash, though. So that's not good. Ooh, we're in trouble, aren't we? How are we doing with the provisional government? Syndicalism, apparently. We're syndicalists. Holy shit. Someone call Kaiserreich. Their legitimacy is non-existent. Okay, so we need to change our policy there. We need to take charge. Workers' militias. Recruit more workers. Military Revolutionary Committee. They formed a committee to organize revolutionary workers. It's preparation for the Bolsheviks launching revolution to finally overthrow the rule. Oh no. I can do nothing. It's bad. There is nothing that I can do, I think, that would allow me to party affairs, party disunity. Fuck. Reduce cooperation. German offensive, they're making the move. Our forces have been totally defeated by the Central Power armies, and we're retreating. Okay, so people are growing even more tired of war. Yeah, I could imagine. And we're in the middle of a famine, so that's always great. Labor affairs, we got inter-party, foreign soldiers, party disunity. Oh god, we're in trouble. Okay, so we do Mirnas Piladova. You don't have a strong enough leftist Tsar faction, apparently. Low strength moderate. With the left SR cause, we're now moderate strength. You should have called her in earlier, I guess. I should have taken, maybe if I had been slower, maybe if I had adopted it now, I could have brought the left SRs up further and then kind of like slowly kind of dragged the party mostly. I don't know. We definitely, that was a bad choice. I think it was a mistake on my end to kind of like push the war issue that quick. But I felt like it was like right now we should have done it, but whatever. Food policy of no cash, no money. Warn the soldiers, prevent abuse. Scheduling. Hey, we can schedule elections. Isn't that nice? Everybody happy? Please. Oh God, no, I have no cash. Please, 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 please. Food policy crackdown. Organized food acquisition and distribution. Food shortages. We can't do anything about it. High inflation. Impose a regime of price control and wage controls. Okay, good. Party affairs. Questions of ideology. Provisional government. We should provide provisional. No, we're in opposition. We should seek the formulation of an all-Soviet government to replace the provisional government. We can't do that yet. Fuck. Right now, we're going to be in opposition to the provisional government. Bolshevik uprising. We're neutral. You don't have enough relations with the Bolsheviks. That sucks. We're not taking the battle. Where stands the workers' militias? Plurality. Workers' militias support the Bolsheviks. We're the garrison. The majority support the Bolsheviks. At least the plurality with the Bolsheviks. Oh god. Bolsheviks won. Game over. Fuck. So much for that. The Bolsheviks have taken over Petrograd and are consolidating their rule over the country. To paraphrase Trotsky, our movement has been consigned to, quote, the dustbin of history. And that's great. The war goes on. The war continues unabated. Now it will be the task of the Bolsheviks to end the war. Hunger stalks the country. Famine everywhere. Achievements, what do we get? The dustbin of history, we were defeated by the Bolsheviks. And that's it. So here are the other ones we have. Holy moly. Failed revolution. As the Bolsheviks launch revolution and fail Constituent Assembly, hold the Constituent Assembly elections of Mensheviks, SRs, or Kadets, at least on normal difficulty. Hold the Constituent elections of Mensheviks, SRs, or Kadets on the hard difficulty. As the Bolsheviks launch a revolution to win. Join the Bolshevik Revolution as a junior partner. We can't do that. We weren't able to do that because our left SRs weren't strong enough. I guess I misunderstood that. I thought because I was adopting the left SR positions, it would make them stronger. Like I thought that was kind of like the logical thing. Too fucking bad. Wasn't the choice. We got to sign an armistice. Victory. Win at least one battle. Oh well, that's a hard one. Form the Women's Battalion of Death. That's a fun one. Menshevik. As the Mensheviks form an all-socialist government, sign an armistice, and hold the Constituent Assembly elections. That's cool. Peace, land, and bread. Sign an armistice, commence land redistribution, and reduce hunger. Can't do that one. We never got a chance to do land redistribution. I don't know how to do that. And the famine. Yeah, fat chance on that one. Inflation is somewhat under control. Fat chance on that one. You can actually launch a military coup with Kornilov. Interesting. Attempt to launch a coup and fail. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna take a quick break here. I'll be right back. Okay. So I was thinking, now that I did the left SRs and we failed horribly, it was embarrassingly bad. Because I mean, I was sitting there, and I could have the whole time I had that card, and I could have very easily built our relations with the Soviet or with the Bolsheviks at least. So we're gonna do a right SR, and we are going to sell out the revolution, as one does. You can't play the Bolsheviks now, but we're not gonna do that right now, not today. The SRs. Yes, I am an SR, and I'm gonna be a right SR. Yes, we've already done this. So abdication to Tsar, Petrograd Soviet. We know all that's fun stuff. We got restoring order, conduct the war. We're divided. We're gonna support the defense's right. We'll do everything that we did last time. Oh, that was not what we wanted to do. I fucked that one up. I want to fucking idiot. I clicked the wrong option. Okay, so SRs. Tsar, Petrograd Soviet, provisional government, restoring order to the army. We're not going to control the distribution of weapons. That sounds fucking awful. We're not going to be verbally abused by officers, and the soldiers have the same rights as citizens. That should be enough. How about the conduct of the war? We're going to support the defense's right. All right, Kerensky. Big Daddy Kerensky. He's the prepare for constituent assembly elections, and we have civil rights. Oh, that's good. Cancel action right now. Oh, fuck. I guess that. Whatever. We're supporting the strikes rhetorically. We should support the strikes for higher wages and improved working conditions, perhaps. I mean, we are SRs still, right? And we like trade unions, right? So, anyway, so preparing constituent elections. Prepare, please. Soviet calls for peace. Yes, good. Siberian exiles return. Okay, who can put people in charge? Food shortages. We should definitely help the workers out. High inflation. Nothing we can do. So shuffle leadership. Let's add advisors. Let's add a right-wing advisor. Grandmama. Any centers? There's no center SRs. We can add in Murina, but we don't need to do that, right? Yeah, there's nothing we need to do there. Okay, so stop changing advisors. You have Babushka. Choosing our enemies, labor affairs, food policy, and inter-party relationships. Choosing our enemies. I haven't seen that one. Who should we consider our primary enemies? Counter-revolutionary forces, black hundreds, and the like. There's no black hundreds anymore. They're basically all dead. So I don't. The only enemy should be the Germans, Bolsheviks, and anarchists who seek to subvert the revolution from within. Let's not make ourselves immediately obviously idiots. The counter-revolutionary forces. That's a very popular one. Yeah, it's popular amongst everybody. Okay, so they're doing women's rights, right to vote, the creed, freedom, religion. We don't even need to touch that. I don't know. I mean, I guess that could have given us a boost maybe in popularity. Anyway, created a state monopoly for grain purchases. Good, good, good. Liberty loans. Should we neither endorse or... Because the left SR doesn't like that. They have high dissent, so maybe we should just neither endorse nor reject. Man, it's always good. Just be a coward. Okay, so. You need propaganda, I need fundraising. There we go. Funds. Funds, baby, funds. We got Vladimir Zenzinov. Let's fundraise, perhaps? I think let's fundraise. More exiles are back, including Chernov. Okay, we can add Chernov, thank God. America enters the war. Good. Land seizures, we're going to support their peasant struggle. Now. So we can do organizing and campaigning, which is always useful. We can do labor affairs or food policy. Let's address labor affairs. Support the demands for higher wages and improved working conditions. An action is needed. Okay. Chernov, my friend, you are actually kind of useful for this. What are you, foreign fundraising? Oh shit, we can do that. Damn, we got cash, baby. We're rich. I'm rich, bitch. Convenient propaganda sounds good. Organizing and campaigning. Both fairly useful. But the provisional government support the SR party. Support the SR party. High inflation. Yeah, I can't do anything about that because the Soviet is too weak. April crisis. People are outraged about the provisional government's war policy. Yes, people are angry right now. Which has died down. Legitimacy may have been permanently damaged. That sucks. Warriorness is high. Question of ideology. We have 5 party resources available right now, so let's do that. Crack down on the black markets. Favor unrest, support the strikes rhetorically. No, make sure that their demands for higher wages, improved working conditions, we're actually going to support those. That's obviously going to hurt things, but hey, I'm an asshole, what can I say? Soviet organizations might be useful, I don't know. Maybe we should keep the Soviet kind of anemic. Organizing and campaigning, well, let me see here real quick. We have strong support for the garrison. So I figure I'm not going to touch the issue of the war at all. Actually, the less I talk about it, the better. If you can manage it, right? So just because the Bolsheviks are going to jump in and they're going to do Bolshevik shit, right? But if we jump in and stop them, then uh we can maybe prevent that from happening. We got how much cash? 5. We got quite a lot of cash. Cadets are cold. Why are you cold, baby? Stop being cold. The middle underscore class Liberal Party or Mensheviks. Mensheviks would be useful to work with. And the cash. Still cold. You suck. Food shortages will help the workers. Spending all our cash. Organize. We're gonna organize the soldiers. Lord knows we need it. Lord knows we need it. Workers militia. Increase the armaments. Increase militia cooperation with the Soviet. Let's do that. Trotsky returns. High inflation. Oh God. Nothing we can do about it. Land seizures. Let's support their struggle. Let's see here. Politics. Very low dissent, medium dissent, high dissent for the left SRs. Crapola. Let's fundraise again. Inter-party relationships. I don't need that. I really don't need that right now. What do you do? Emergency fundraising. I don't need that. Journal of fundraising, party unity. Let's do that. There. That'll kind of smooth things over, so to speak. Now, you just to military policy preparing for constituent elections. We can do that more. Motivating the troops, perhaps. Yeah. More soldiers, Soviet organizations, provisional government relations, inter-party relations, questions of ideology. Omnipresent hunger. That's always good. Provisional government relations, inter-party relations. Oh, gosh. Expand cooperation. It sounds like a bad idea. It sounds like a really awful idea, actually. I don't think that's a good idea. But we are right SRs, right? So we have to. Choosing our enemies, it's still gonna be the counter-revolutionary forces. Everybody likes hitting those guys. The offensive is near. We can't stop the offensive. We support the war effort. Let's hope for the best. Labor unrest. Increased demands. Oh boy. Medium propaganda. Do that. The SR party. Defending defensive war effort is necessary for peace. Maybe we should do that. I don't know. SR party, that's just better. Food shortages again, let's help the workers. High inflation, nothing we can do. We got who's in the front. Yes, we are tired of war. I don't know how we could defeat that. How we could stop that, rather. Party disunity. Give concessions to the left SRs. I know you're somewhat displeased. But listen, low, high. Obviously, I can give concessions to the left SRs, and the right SRs can be okay. So I'm sure we'll be okay. We'll survive. Kerensky, what can you do? Prepare for constituent elections, please. Prepare for the elections, for the love of Jesus. Land seizures, the struggle. July crisis. We can negotiate and wait out the demonstrators if you're paralyzed by indecisions. Soviets not ready to take power. Okay, after some street fighting and arrests, the protesters eventually grow tired and return to their homes. The provisional government is still in place due to the protests and the early response to the Ukrainian Central Rada. Livov has resigned. Kerensky uses this opportunity to gather more power. He's now prime minister. We can now use our opportunity to increase our participation in the provisional government. Oh god, this can be bad. Interior Ministry. We can't do anything else. It's awful. Constituent Assembly. Let's try that. Prepare for elections. More work still needs to be done. Prepare for elections. More work needs to be done. We can schedule the election. Impose price controls. Raise taxes and cut government spending. That's awful. Price control. Price controls and rationings can reduce prices for some goods, but it only further depresses the amount of grain sold by peasants. Ugh. Fiscal policy. Oh, this is gonna be great. Maybe we should stop touching this stuff. Although we are technically in the provisional government now, right? Oh no. Oh, what's this? The past few years, the Tsar's regime has been printing money and taking loans from Western allies to finance the war, leading to spiraling inflation. We must bring our fiscal affairs back into balance somehow. Taxation, bonds, and controlling the budget are potential levers. Raise income taxes, raise excess profit taxes, take out war bonds, take out more loans from foreign powers, engage in budget discipline, turn on the money printers. No, I'm not going to touch that. More loans. Provisional government should negotiate minor concessions by both sides. The workers are not entirely happy about the deals, but they see us as on their side for now. That's good. That's a win. We'll take a win. Agriculture and land reform. Land reform. Go. We started the land reform process by creating land committees and redistributing land to the poor peasants. Good. Bolshevik vote in the Soviets. They're calling for a vote in the Soviets to approve one of their propositions, essentially calling for the existence of executive committees to step down and a new one to be elected from the membership. Since March, the executive committee has largely been static. Even its composition in the Soviet has shifted dramatically, so the Soviets might be the largest party. Oh fuck, what are they? 37%. Oh shit. Okay, so 38%, 24, 29. Okay, good. You can actually swing this. Defenses block. We form an anti-Bolshevik coalition of all the non-Bolshevik aligned groups. That's Mensheviks, SRs, and others. Now, this is the question. Do we want to be defensist, or can we lead an anti-Bolshevik coalition? I could see an argument for both. Defensist would bring the Soviet under basically our leadership. I don't know if that's the word, or we can make an anti-Bolshevik coalition. Plus others. Who would the others be? I guess just independents. But what would that mean in terms of game? Guess let's pick a defensist for the right SRs, right? Okay, so the defensists are in. We somehow won. Increase the budget of green by advisors. How is our budget right now? Doesn't say. We have a budget of 1. Increase the price of grain paid out to farmers. Sounds like a bad idea. Use the party resources. Conference of public officials. Let's show cross-class unity. Oh, shit. Okay, so we can do an option here. Now, we can get money, or we can do Chernov. Now, Chernov, how are we looking in terms of internal? Very low, low, high. Chernov, I need you to reduce party issues. Thank you. Internal security. Following the revolution, there have been reports of increasing crime and disorder. Inflation has driven to more theft. Prisoners have been released from jails, and new militias have not yet replaced the function of czarist police. There's always the threat of counter-revolution and black hundredism. Form rural militia or continue building up our rural militia. How can you be both? Oh, we can actually persecute Bolsheviks and anarchists? Strengthen the city militias. I know what I'm going to do. Schedule it. Yes, it's scheduled for week 2 of October 1917. Oh boy. What is it right now? August. High inflation. Oh, we're fucked. Kornilov's kind of trying to overthrow us. Fuck. Price controls. Capital flight. Nothing we can do about that. Land seizures. Support the peasant struggle. Kornilov coup. Prepare for the defense of Petrograd in the revolution. It'll be a battle. Soviet victory. But, you look here. There's a government. Legitimacy is non-existent now, so that's not good. That's actually very bad. We're in trouble. And we have no friendships with anybody, so we need to spend some cash. Mensheviks, please. Sorry about that. We're in trouble. The provisional government is basically useless right now. We don't have the budget. Oh, look at the Bolsheviks are 45%. Oh, fuck. They're calling for another election. Oh, no. We can't do anything, yeah. Okay. We must walk out of the Soviet. The Internationalists will leave. We can form an anti-Bolshevik. The Internationalists will leave. What does that mean? Okay, so that's fucked. Ladies and gentlemen, we are fucked. Organize the peasants. Not like that matters. Internal security. Persecute the Bolsheviks. We've arrested some Bolsheviks who masterminded riots and forced some into exile. We're having an election. We got... What's in November? Okay. Labor unrest. Minor concessions. No cards available. Oh, shit. Well, that's bad. How much cash we got? 0 party resources. Well, we're in fucking trouble. Kerensky. Oh no, we're done for. Weariness is very high, so I think we could change our war policy, perhaps. Let's increase support for that, I guess. I don't know. Food shortages, nothing we can do. Nothing we can do. Inflation. Just try and fight back against it. Legally require that. Oh no, the budget deficit. We're in trouble. Oh my god. Fundraise. Military. Oh, they're organizing for an uprising. Nothing we can do. How are we doing, by the way, in terms of the military? Weak SR allegiance. Oh no, we're done for. What's the peasant struggle? Yeah, it sucks. Well, we're fucked. Yeah, there's nothing we can do now. It's too late. Fundraising isn't gonna do shit. Shuffle cabinet. Chernov. We're done for. Yeah, we're fucked. Organize those peasants. How about it? Oh no. Yeah, it just kind of disappeared. The Bolsheviks definitely seized. I'm not sure how you're supposed to win with these guys. Because they're gonna overthrow us very soon. It's not even like a question. Okay. So we can improve effectiveness and loyalty in city militias. 25,000. Moderate for everybody. Garrison. The Bolsheviks are dominant. They're fucking dominant, dude. Improve effectiveness and loyalty. High inflation. Price controls. How much cash we got? 1. Soldiers. He was 2 pro-war. Okay. Okay, so I should have been shifting the war policy with this. Okay, so that's how you can get the soldiers on your side. Negotiate. No questions of ideology. We can shift this right now. Bolshevik uprising. We're supporting the provisional government. We're gonna lose. Plurality of the workers' militia support the Bolsheviks. Garrison. Yeah, they won. That wasn't even close. Loss as war goes on. Hunger stalks the country. Achievements. We got the dustbin of history, and that's it. It's painful. Okay, so that one I learned. Gonna be right, SR. You have to shift the war issue as the thing goes on. I should have probably, after the first loss, I probably should have shifted right then, because I had policy here. We had low descent from the right SR, so I should have thought to shift right then. That would have been smart, and I maybe could have kept some of the soldiers on my side. It would have been maybe who knows. Well, yeah, such is the way of things. Well, we lost. Now we could play again, but I don't think I'm going to be able to win. And my throat's kind of failing me. So that'll be it for today. I just wanted to do a quick stream to do this. We're going to do something else another time. We might do this again. We'll do maybe the Mensheviks, and we'll try the Kadets, and we'll try the Bolsheviks. How about that? We'll do them at different times when we have time. Yeah, and so normal scheduled programming shall resume on tomorrow. So, without further ado, thank you for watching. I hope you had a nice time. Bye, and watch out for those Bolsheviks.